What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 17th day of October today, and here we are at about $105.8 thousand. We had a low today of 103.6K. We got 11 hours, 21 minutes left in the day, and I definitely did not expect that we'd be down this low. I thought that we'd stay range bound up here. That was the expectation. Maybe we go a little bit below 110K, but just a little bit. I definitely wasn't expecting that we would be lower than where we were even on the 10th there. Not every chart says that. Some charts say that we're still above where we went on the 10th, right? If you're looking at Binance or Bybit, some of these exchanges on the other part of the world, they do have higher lows. Where if you're looking at Coinbase, we do have lower lows. So it just depends on what exchange you're looking at. But as far as the index is concerned, we do have a lower low, and that's pretty dramatic. That's pretty intense. I'm assuming right now, for me, it's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm assuming that as the rest of the United States, the Western Hemisphere, wakes up here, people are going to be making the wrong decisions. They're going to see Bitcoin. They're going to see all their favorite cryptos in the red. They're going to see everything in the red except for Zora, of course. Everything else is in the red, and Zcash actually. Although Zcash at $209, it's a lot lower than where it was a few days ago at $280, right? We did call for this to come back down to 200 and even below there, actually. But BTC being this low and the rest of cryptos being this low might make people panic sell. So I wouldn't be surprised if between now and the hours that people are waking up, like now and let's say the 15th hour, it's the 12th hour now of the day. So between now and then, I would think that we do see a little bit more of a pullback. Perhaps we come down, we get a lower low than this on a closing basis, and we get some bullish divergence or something like that. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, the expectation here, yeah, if we're looking at the RSI, would be that we could have found our low. It's possible, but what we have here is we have lower lows and lower highs. I would think maybe we come up a little bit, find some resistance, and then we come back down, bullish divergence, and that will be our low. So with that in mind, maybe we come up a little bit first, and then actually we start coming down on that 15th hour. Maybe it's a little bit different than what I thought. Instead of coming down first, perhaps what we do is we come up first and then we come down. But either way, I wouldn't be surprised if there was just a little bit more left in the tank with this move down. That's all I'm trying to get at here. The MACD looks bearish, the stochastics look bearish, and the RSI looks bearish on the 1 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame here. That's a nice bottoming looking candle there. We have 3 hours, 18 minutes left. It is possible to form bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame without taking this low out. So that really could be the low there at 103.6K. As long as we close below 104.6K, as long as we close below there on a 1 hour time frame, we will provide some bullish divergence on the 1 hour RSI. We don't need that. It doesn't need to happen in order for us to move up higher, but it would look nice. Looking at the 4 hour time frame here, the RSI just got oversold. Typically, you would expect to get bearish here, right? It's like right here when you got oversold. Was that the end of it? No, you had more to go. Right here when you got oversold, was that the end of it? You had a little bit more to go. It was basically the end of it, but you had a little bit more to go. Maybe it'd be better represented back over here where you first got oversold. That wasn't the end of it. This is the end of it over here, right? So I'm assuming, it's been a second since we've been oversold. There might be more to come. That's all I'm trying to say with this part here. Stochastics look bearish. The MACD also hooking down like this looks bearish as well. If we're taking into consideration any fib extensions, I would say this low here to this high might be considerable. Low to high. Hitting through the golden ratio, the 1886200 level for support, that's nice. Typically in this kind of situation, you would expect to go up to the 1414 before proceeding lower. So again, perhaps what we see in the coming hours is a little bit of a move up to the 1414, 108, 107K, and then we come back down, something like that. We get a lower high. We'd get a lower high in the RSI as well. Come back down, form a higher low there, get that bullish divergence with the lower low in the price, something like that. I could see that happening. And we could double bottom in this area, the 1886200 at around 104.4 to 103.7K. We could find our support there, or we could progress lower to about 102K, 100K itself. I don't think we're going to get below 100K. I'm sure I'm not the only person making that very bold call. It's not so bold right now, I suppose. It would be perfect. I think it would almost be poetic, actually, if we broke below 100K, because the amount of people that are saying if we break below 100K, that's the sign that the cycle's over. There's a lot of people saying that right now, and I don't get why 100K is so significant. I really don't. I know that it's a significant level in our heads. $100,000, it's a very significant level psychologically speaking. But if we put a line right here at $100,000, where's the significance? I mean, not even here did you found more significance here at 98K. You found more significance here on a closing basis at 101K. 100K is not significant. It never has been. I mean, maybe right there, just that 1 week right there. But it's just a level in our heads. So I think it would be hilarious, actually, if we went just below 100K. We bounced right off of an area that we bounced off of before, or maybe even lower than that, whatever. And people capitulate because they think that 100K needs to hold. It doesn't need to hold, right? But again, I'm getting caught up in the shenanigans here. Doesn't matter. I don't think that we're going to go below 100K, but even if we do, still not phased, still unfazed, still believing we have higher to go in this bull market. Right now, I think it's clear that we are seeing a bit of a lower low dynamic here with a higher high dynamic. We do have some type of megaphone pattern coming out to play. That does promote a lot of volatility within the range, and we're at the base of this range now. I would expect soon enough we're going to be coming back up. That's my expectation, at least. We'll see how it goes. Looking at this on the 4-hour time frame, again, bringing it back down to here. The RSI is freshly bearish. The stochastics are bearish, and the MACD does look bearish. Again, giving me the idea 3 hours, 15 minutes left in this 4-hour candle. We probably do have lower to go. We look at the liquidation levels over the past day, over the past 24 hours. We refresh these, and you can see that there are $4.7 billion in longs. There's still $1.5 billion $4.7 billion in shorts. There's still $1.5 billion in longs, and the majority of those are between where we are now and 102.5K. So definitely possible to go down to 102K, 103K, something like that. Clear out these longs. If you're going to keep longing on the way down, we're going to keep moving down, right? We've seen this. We saw this on the way up. We saw this here. There were more longs than shorts by this period here. We were outweighed long to shorts, right? Just like we are now, shorts to longs on the way down. But because we kept having shorts, because there were billions and billions of dollars every single day in shorts, we actually kept growing, right? There's billions and billions of dollars every single day in longs, even at the lows. We're going to keep decaying until the longs step away or until the shorts get overzealous, which, I mean, I have to admit, $5 billion in shorts in a 24-hour period is pretty overzealous. We're going to keep moving down. 30-day time frame, absolutely decimated. This says it all right here, guys. We're very near the low with this right here, right? About $2 billion in cumulative longs over the past 30 days. Crazy. And 20 billion over just under $20 billion in shorts over the past 30 days. That's about the maximum extent that we normally see with these shorts, and a lot of them are actually piled. You can see that there's a big there's an abundance of these shorts piled on between about 120 and 113K. So I have an assumption that from here we're probably going to see a rapid increase all the way up to this 113, 115K area when the time comes. I don't know if we're there yet, but we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Makes me think, I mean, just looking at these indicators, it makes me think that we have a little bit lower to go. But we're definitely closer to the low than we are to going below 100K, that's for sure. The daily RSI right here at the oversold zone. If we close the day here in 11 hours and 13 minutes, we will be bouncing right off the oversold zone. If we close lower than this in the next 11 hours and 12 minutes, we will be closing in the oversold zone. I don't know if we're going to get oversold. It's kind of crazy to imagine we've done all this dropping and we're still not even oversold. Bitcoin is very resilient here. You know, typically we look at this and we typically do bounce in this area, even right at the oversold zone. We haven't gotten oversold since February, which in all fairness was the kind of the beginning of all this tariff scare event stuff where we started to move down, you know, back over here. The price action even looks similar, doesn't it? Doesn't it look a little bit similar? Look at this, right? Like massive drop and then wicked volatility and then more. Massive drop, wicked volatility, and then now more. It's almost the same, right? Slightly lower lows, and then we range bound for a little bit, and then we move up. Again, I want to be clear, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I'm assuming that wherever the low is, if this is the low, if we go $1,000 lower, wherever the low is, it's below 100K, wherever it is, I'm assuming that we're not just going to do this, right? We're not going to do that. Sure, initially maybe we have a little bit of a bounce, something like that, but we're going to be range bound. I think we're going to be range bound. We might even be getting set up for a range that's somewhere between, I would say, like 116K to 108K, somewhere in this kind of area here, after we recover. The recovery might seem fast at first, but then I would expect that it holds up. We probably are range bound for a week or two after this is all resolved, and then going into the end of the month of October, going into November, we should be recovering and seeing new all-time highs, making our way well toward $200,000, $150,000, somewhere in that area there. Let's see. Looking at the daily time frame, again, the RSI is at an area to bounce. If we go a little bit lower, that's okay. But getting oversold on the daily time frame, typically, I mean, just think of it like this. Whenever we get overbought, typically you don't do this, where you get in and you get out. Typically, you're in it to win it, typically, right? And with the oversold zone, it's the same thing. When you get in it, you're not just in and out. You know, sometimes you are, but oftentimes you're in there for multiple days, right? It's not just a in and out experience. That's like the first one out of the last 5 examples that we have, which means that if we do get oversold today, if we close basically, I wouldn't call that oversold, although we technically are a little bit oversold right now. If we close like $1,000 lower than where we are today, if today were to close below $105,000, I would think that promotes red days for the next couple of days to come, if not more. So that would promote more decay. Where if we close here or higher today, we'd be bouncing right off the oversold zone. That could actually promote an immediate recovery again to these levels where I think a lot of liquidations would happen, which is at about 113 to 120K, to be fair. But again, if we do something like that, that doesn't mean that we're just ripping to new all-time highs immediately. I don't think that we're just going to V-bottom out of here. I think that we would probably range bound ourselves. After something so dramatic like this, I think that we're going to be range bound for a little while, just like we were here, right? Dramatic drop. Really, after this drop right here, this initial drop, we were just range bound in this area, right? With a little blemish there. I don't think it'll last this long. This was several months. I think that this will just be several weeks at the most, but I do believe that November will be bullish. I think the end of the month, even for October, will still be bullish. We're down right now on the monthly 7.3%. I have the utmost faith that in the next half a month, 14 days, 12 hours from now, Bitcoin will come back up, but we will close the month green. Neutral. Probably neutral is a better word for that, right? But somewhat neutral. That would be my expectation. I definitely don't believe that the bull market's over here. We've got a lot of fear in the markets, and I actually made a post about this on x.com yesterday. It wasn't the most well-timed post, but, you know, whether it's 105,000 or 108,000, we're still pretty damn near the low. Looking at these levels of fear right now, these are the highest levels of fear. These are the highest levels of fear, the lowest levels on this index that we've seen since our last bottoming point. You see the gray line down here? This gray line is the price of Bitcoin. This is the fear and greed index line right here. I like CoinMarketCap's fear and greed index more than the other one, the alternate.me one, but I don't like how it's set up. Like, I feel like there's something about it with this. You see all the information, how it comes up where it tells you what the price is. I can't move it because it moves with me, but I feel like that doesn't need to be there. We don't need to see that. Or maybe it needs to be at the bottom. Maybe you need a reading that's like down here, something that doesn't entangle it. It's hard to see. I feel like for the average person, this chart's just weird. But anyways, if we can look, if you can decipher, the gray line is the price, and then the colored line is the fear and greed index. The last time that the price for Bitcoin was at a low point here, the fear and greed index was down here. We're at the same levels now. We're not in extreme fear, to be fair, but we are at the lowest levels that we've been at since our April lows. So that's definitely good. I don't believe that the cycle top happened without being in levels of extreme greed like we had over here with all these other highs this cycle. I very much believe that we're going to recover and that we're going to see higher highs in a matter of no time at all. So, you know, again, just to reiterate everything that I probably just said poorly there, I've never seen a all-time high come in with such low levels of greed, with such high levels of short conviction, right? Short selling conviction. I've never seen an all-time high come in where it looks like that. And this would be my third bull market, so I've got a little bit of experience in these matters. Bitcoin, however, again, being at this position right now, most of the world hasn't woken up yet. The stock market isn't even open yet. I'm assuming that between now and the coming hours, we'll probably get some volatility. Maybe we move up a little bit first and then we come back down, or maybe we just come down first and then we come up. Whatever it is, I would expect lower prices are on their way. I don't think they'll break below 100K, but by the end of the day, by the end of today, the 17th, I really wouldn't be surprised if today closed green. I really wouldn't be surprised if we were not just back above 108K, but even like above 110K, something like that. I don't really have anything else to say. I think I've said it all. If you guys liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves, and buy the dip. Don't panic. Moments like this are to test your fortitude, show that you are fortified emotionally, show that you're fortified internally, and that you believe in crypto, right? We know that crypto is the future. We know it's the future of currency. It's a technological breakthrough and innovation as far as transactions are done and all other kinds of things digitally. This is just a speed bump. We're going to come out. The sun's going to shine. A lot of the OGs, I follow a lot of OGs on X.com, and none of them are worried about this at all. A lot of them are reminiscing with 2020, right before we started to rip, right before alt season happened, right? This is very reminiscent, the vibe right now of what we had before we started to move up. You guys remember 2020? Let's go way back. Oh my goodness, way back, man. Let's see. All the way back here. Stocks were seeing new all-time highs, but Bitcoin wasn't at new all-time highs. Everybody's like, I don't know, is this right? Are we in the right market to invest? And then boom, then we rallied. We outperformed everything. Any doubters were left behind, right? And there was no second chance to really get in there. So I'm just saying, I feel like we are literally right here. We're literally actually like right here at the base of this drop right now. People are comparing what we're going through right now to COVID. Okay? They're comparing what we're going through right now to COVID. They are literally comparing this to this. It's not even close. I would compare this to this. I think this is a better representation of what we're experiencing. And again, we moved sideways. We moved sideways for a little bit first, and then we moved up. Okay? So there might be some stagnation over the coming weeks, but soon enough we will be ripping. I would very much equate it to being at the bottom of this here in September 2020. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. HODL, buy the dip, and just don't look at your losses, okay? Just close your eyes, wake up in a month, and you'll be fine. All right, take care. Bye-bye.